What's going on, folks? This is Jamiel of Cal-Pin Creations with another video to help busy people, particularly small businesses and small brands, start podcasting on a budget. I believe podcasting is the best way for personal brands and businesses to share their message and create deep connections with their audience. And I want to help you to do that because it's the deep connections we create that help us impact others. In this video, I'll share with you why I think podcasting is similar to writing a book. First off, thank you all for checking out this video, and I hope you get a lot of value from it. But let's jump right into it. Podcasting, similar to writing a book, can be time consuming, can be very time consuming. You're working on the prep work, preparing the script that you're going to read or the outline that you're going to follow, the actual recording process, then the editing process. And then after all of that stuff, then you got to market it, and then you got to connect with people, and then all that stuff. There's a lot. Even just the setup process of, getting your podcast out to where it needs to get to. It takes prep work. It takes time up front. And the thing is, the same way it can be with writing. It can take a very long time for people to write a book. Just getting out the ideas, outlining it, figuring out what you're even going to write about, who you're writing to. All of these things are very similar to podcasting. And for those who are, struggling with the idea of how can you find time to actually podcast, please check out the free guide that I created, No Time Podcasting. Download it, get some information, helpful information, and start creating your podcast. The second way that podcasting is similar to writing a book, in my opinion, is that podcasting, just like writing, challenges you to share your authentic self. When people write, if you are writing a novel or a memoir or something like that, it requires you to put pieces of you in that story. You have to show up and communicate uniquely in your way. You're not trying to write like Stephen King or be another Stephen King or James Patterson or any other great author that you may like. You're trying to be you. And it's the same way when it comes to podcasting. People are interested in your thoughts, in your opinions. Even with businesses or technical topics, folks do value your opinion. So if you're talking about finances, people want to hear your experiences with finances. They want to hear your thoughts about how you use money or what you think is the right way to use money. People are attracted to who you are in your unique voice. You being a copycat, that's not really that appealing. I mentioned finances. As an example, I'm sure you've probably heard of Dave Ramsey's. Well, recently, somebody that used to work with Dave Ramsey's, Anthony O'Neill, decided to go out and do his own thing. Now, the thing is, Anthony O'Neill was working with Dave Ramsey's for a few years, but now Anthony O'Neill is taking some of the stuff that he's learned from Dave Ramsey's to do his own thing, to cater to and serve his audience in his own and unique way. He doesn't have to be at Dave Ramsey's. He's going to be Anthony O'Neill. He's going to be himself. So it's the same way with you in your podcast and when you're creating. You don't have to be like another podcaster. And just like authors and writers out there, they don't have to be another author or another writer. In another way, there are people doing yard work outside. Anyways, another way that podcasting is just like writing a book is that editing is crucial. Just like with a novel or a nonfiction book, there are phases to your podcast. You may have a rough draft, a first draft, and then a final draft, or it may be many drafts after that. Through those drafts, editing is what ultimately shapes the final product into what it is. So you may record the raw audio, but you still need to edit it. You still need to take that raw coal, we'll say, and shape it into the diamond of what your episode will be. It's important that you do that. If you're skipping out on the editing process, you may not be sharing the best work that you have with those that you're trying to serve, not with your audience. So it's important that you edit. And that's why I would recommend you to check out my video, How to Make Editing Easier. I will put a link. I think it's going to be over here. I'm going to put a link there. So go and check that out. And always remember, time and cost does not have to stop you from starting a podcast. So go get started.